So I've been around long enough that I can remember before the Institute was a university-affiliated program, which is what we were called back then, back in the day. And so I remember the process and the determination of our leadership at that time that becoming what now is a University Center on Developmental Disabilities is a good thing, and why it was a good thing to be part of a big national network that promoted accessibility and inclusion.
When Rich hired me for this, G-R-A, for this grant, that was a three-year grant. 13 years later, I am still here and teaching disability studies is my life's work.
Well, I came in 1977, fresh out of graduate school. My first real job, I was 25, and it was hard to be assistant director of IHD, and that was half-time, and half-time assistant professor of psychology. So when I came in, it was a collection of grant-funded programs, federal and state, all having to do with people with disabilities, basically. And we had a program called the Navajo Evaluation Program, first of its kind. We had a counseling for veterans program. Vocational rehab was a big part of the Institute at that time. And the program for visually impaired was big, and then the early intervention, I think it was also called infant stimulation program back then.
I think some of their greatest accomplishments was providing an integrated preschool and introducing that concept into the community. And so we started the first really integrated preschool for children with disabilities, as well as then typical kids, whatever that means in terms of typical kids. And then really pushed it out into the community and said to the local school district, you must do this.
I think there was data that was accumulated through the early intervention program here. I like to think that possibly that was added to many more similar sites across the country that had an effect on passing that legislation, making the point that starting early in life, before the typical school age of 5 years, has an impact on the children's lives and their families as well.
What we saw happen in our family was moving from that parent and daughter relationship with IHD to Carrie becoming the employee and a trainer, and I became a student and then a professional, an instructor through IHD, and also have been a member of the Community Advisory Council for 20-some years. So the evolution of our relationship has been very rich and meaningful in our lives.
We provide training to university students through curricular programs that we offer.
My students will advocate for people with disabilities, A, and two, and to me, that is why I teach.
In our various ways, we're all about trying to create communities in which everyone can thrive.
We've been at the table of policymakers. We are often asked our opinion about certain policy issues, as well as we've driven surveys for individuals with disabilities to make sure that we're giving them voice about what they need. So I think they really have been important in sort of particularly state issues and getting visibility for people with disabilities.
We used to do it to, and now we're doing it with.
We want to engage in the community, and that's what IHD will continue to do 50 years and beyond.
IHD is full of people that are inherently collaborators. In a way, they build community in order to create communities that are inclusive.
I would like people to know about IHD people who might be coming as professionals, I haven't commented on that yet, but for people who might be coming and getting involved with the Institute as students or professionals, to be open to the experience. Just be ready to learn and be ready to take on whatever comes next and trust that your learning will come and that you will never, ever regret it.
What does the future hold? I think I'll start with what do I think the future holds for people with disabilities. I think that ultimately we're going to continue to see forward progress, but I think we're going to go through a really rough patch. Really in the next, I think even 5 to 10 years, that there almost has to be another mini revolution by people with disabilities to re-exert their place in society, to sort of rededicate a societal view towards rights.
I think the future looks bright for us. Kelly Roberts, our new executive director, is young, vibrant, brings a lot of energy and a lot of ideas. And I think her emphasis moving forward is going to be collaboration, collegiality as we move forward, partnering. I don't think we can do all of what we want to do and accomplish all what we want to do by ourselves. So we have to partner with people. We have to collaborate with people as we move forward to improve the services in our state.
And I think the prospects for IHD in the future are all the more bright. I think IHD has a lot of opportunities.
I don't see IHD disappearing. No, I think if anything, it should just get stronger.
Let's not just talk our mission, let's do it.